It seems bad, it seems dumb, it doesn't seem possible, but I think I can help you find your own art style. So here's the deal. I can't make you draw, I can't make you paint, I can't make you open 3D modeling software, but I can help you structure the journey. Here is 3 exercises that I believe will work for you. A few notes before we start out on this one. There's no medium here. Like, I'm not approaching this from the perspective of like an animator or a 2D artist or anything like that at all. All my advice here is about learning about yourself. Learning in this video applies to any form of art in any medium that you could want to participate in. Creating a style is a process, and these exercises are designed to get you started. If you have an idea for a new art style, great. You don't need these. You can just start working on that. But this is for everybody who's ever watched a really great animation or a really cool video game, or even just a picture or an image. If you can draw, or even better, if you can't draw, sketching is a meal ticket. I would highly recommend sketching as a way to explore your relationship to shapes, or just like as a way of thinking. So today we are not going to draw for drawing's sake. This is not about drawing, and it definitely isn't about drawing well. If you want to find your style, draw 100 sketches. Sketch different things. Maybe do like 5 sketches per subject, like 20 subjects. Try to do a number of them without a reference. How does our brain naturally react to these subjects? What does it do with the challenge of shape? Try to stay calm if what you're seeing is bad. In fact, being bad is the whole point of this exercise. We're not trying to do this challenge to make something great. We're actually going to try to do this to see what our mistakes tell us about who we are and what our style is. If 100 sketches sounds like too many, take some breaks. I'd also strongly recommend doing this on a timer. Grab a timer, set it to 1 minute for each drawing. You could do this whole exercise in less than 2 hours. Heck, you could do 30 seconds, you could do 15 seconds. I'm not your dad. This one is gonna sound spiritually regressive, and the purest art monks are gonna disembowel me for it, but you absolutely can come up with an art style by making a mood board. In fact, this is exactly how art directors, creative directors, artists that work in real creative media do it. There isn't enough time in the real world to just manifest a style from raw scratch. If you need to create a new one for a job and you don't already have something in mind, make an art board. There is a secret though. You need to mood board in such a way where you are bringing certain details to light and you are merging together some disparate ideas in order to create something new. When I make art boards or mood boards, I'm trying to look for different kinds of references for different parts of the images that we'll be making. I might add a specific shader example for something in like a 3D game. I might add some real life photographs of something for an architectural reference so that I can draw a background. Mood boards are huge for thinking specifically about light and color. Mood board or an a mood board or an art board is either about showing something to a client or showing something to yourself or your team in order to crystallize that thing. Here's my last and most powerful of the 3 challenges. I want you to make an image in 3 different mediums. I want you to find an image, any image, just Google something. I want to reiterate here, our goal is to make some bad art and seeing if we can find anything cool that arises out of it. Also, if you need a list of mediums, I have one. I would say try to pick from both the physical list and the digital list. Use things that you have on hand. Don't put a trip to the store in between you and clearing this exercise. Here's what we drew today. Like, I kind of messed up trying to draw scales, but I drew this interesting print on this fish, and it would be kind of interesting to draw some more fish that had like prints and stuff. Like, that'd be pretty cool. So what did we learn from these? Ultimately, we made a bunch of stuff and we had a bunch of different emotions about what we made, and that's great. Try writing things down after you do this. Make a little list of what you liked and didn't like about what you found in these challenges. Screen cap your highlights. Make another art board of just the stuff that you vibed with. Real pros always catalog and codify their art style. It's the only way studios can get a bunch of people to share a style. I want to move your brain out of the realm of being like, this is bad, and what I did was bad, and this is good. And I want to move it into the world of like, okay, I draw birds kind of weird, but I like it. Everyone that I like who makes cool stuff is that they arrived at their style in a way where they had to lean into the things that they do badly. My 3D models, they look the way that they look because of the way that I draw eyes. This goes all the way back to being a little kid. I've never been really good at drawing high detail eyes or rigging them for that matter. What did you want to do more after you did this exercise? What curiosities came out of you during this? Did you wonder what a 3D model might look like if you animated it? Did you wonder how you draw another different kind of bird? The goal here is to push from what we know into something new and exciting. If you're watching this, you might be kind of new at making art, which is totally great. I'm glad you're here. If you try really hard at the beginning to achieve a certain art style or a certain direction, it might turn out pretty badly. And it's just because that you don't have a lot of reps in the system yet. So my style kind of developed really slowly over time as I got better and better at Blender, where I make most of my models. And honestly, it's still evolving. I've started sculpting all of my recent 3D models, and they actually look a lot better. They've hugely improved over even this model since I've started doing them that way. It took me over 10 years to get my art style, and I feel like I still have to develop it. I've been doing 3D art since before COVID, and I finally feel confident in my 3D art, and that was a long time ago. Lastly, style is about knowing things about yourself. It's an exploration of who you are. I wanted to show off some practical ways of getting there, but it's gonna take a lot of wrist movement and pixel alterations. But the overall process of knowing your taste, I mean, that's how you get there. It's probably worth asking yourself some questions. What do I like? What do I dislike? What do I think is overrated? What shaped my media experience growing up? What am I obsessed with? That's also gonna play a huge part in this. And you can look at those things. You can look at those references. You can put them in mood boards. A lot of videos about getting good at art are telling you things like focus on learning lighting, focus on learning anatomy. All of that stuff is really good advice. Very true, but what they won't teach you is very much about who you are, and that's the place that I make art from, is who I am. So stay kind and keep making stuff.